Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you for tuning into the video. And this video is going to be boxing, and I'm going to be talking about my favorite British fighter of all time, which would be Lennox Lewis. So in this video, I'm going to speak about some victories in Lennox Lewis's career, some wins he held over notable fighters. I'm going to talk about 3 fights in his career, and I'm also going to give you some achievements that he accomplished in his legendary boxing career. So I hope you guys enjoy. And I thought it was an excellent time to do this video considering the Carl Froch and George Grove fight is coming up. So with no further ado, I'm going to begin. So Lennox Lewis is a guy with 41 victories, 2 losses, and 1 draw. 32 of those victories come via KO. And this is a guy who really had an excellent amateur career as well. He defeated Riddick Bowe to win the Olympic gold medal when he was representing Canada. And when I look at Lennox Lewis in his professional career, I see a guy with such skills as an excellent jab, a nice right hand. He also knew how to use his long frame and reach to his advantage. Very smart fighter. I also liked as well that he had some pretty good speed for his size and also had some good power as well to go along. So Lennox Lewis had a lot of excellent skills, which is why he was so successful in the sport of boxing. And he also holds wins over guys like a faded Mike Tyson, Ray Mercer, Frank Bruno, Shannon Briggs. So some pretty good fighters right there. And now I want to talk about some fights throughout the career of Lennox Lewis. So the first fight I want to speak to you guys about is a matchup between Lennox Lewis and Razor Roddick. Lennox Lewis in this fight was not supposed to dominate Razor Roddick like he did. Lennox Lewis came out in the first round, ends up dropping Razor Roddick with a right hand, and then in the second round he drops Roddick again, and then he drops him another time, and next thing you know, after the third knockdown, the referee calls it off, and Lennox Lewis has just defeated a tough fighter in Razor Roddick in the second round via stoppage. The next fight I want to speak to you guys about is between him and Evander Holyfield. So in their first encounter, I thought Lennox Lewis did enough to beat Evander Holyfield myself. But at classic boxing judges, they didn't see it that way, and the fight was called the draw. So of course we had to have the rematch and settle the controversy on who was the better fighter. Well, in the rematch, Lennox Lewis came out very good early on. He was landing his jab, and throughout the fight he was throwing uppercuts, right hands, and he fought a very technical and smart fight against a very, very good fighter in Evander Holyfield. And ultimately, he ends up winning a judge's decision, and he definitely did enough to win that fight. And I really enjoyed rounds 7 and 9 of that fight if you never checked out the second Evander Holyfield and Lennox Lewis fight. But nonetheless, a very impressive performance for Lennox Lewis. Outstanding victory over a guy in Evander Holyfield who defeated Mike Tyson twice in his career. Also George Foreman as well. So an outstanding fighter that Lennox Lewis defeated there. The third fight is a matchup between Vitaly Klitschko and Lennox Lewis. So in this fight, Lennox Lewis did not look himself. He took this fight on 2 weeks' notice. He was visibly not in the best shape, and he was gassed. If you've seen the fight, he didn't look good, didn't look like the Lennox Lewis we see throughout his career, putting on dominating performances. He was down on the scorecards, but in the end of the 6th round, the judges actually called the fight, and Lennox Lewis won via stoppage because Vitaly Klitschko had 2 massive cuts on his eye. And he required multiple stitches after the fight. I believe Vitaly Klitschko needed 60 stitches. So some people would say, well, why would you put that on here, considering he won a fight via cuts? Well, Vitaly Klitschko, you've seen how dominant he is in the sport. And to be able to hit him and open a cut like that and do some damage on a guy like that is very impressive because the Klitschkos are no joke. And they're the best heavyweight fighters right now in the sport of boxing. And after that fight, Lennox Lewis retired, and we haven't seen him since. And it's of note that Lennox Lewis, along with Rocky Marciano and Gene Tunney, actually retired as world champions and avenged all the losses throughout their career. And the only 2 fighters to ever defeat Lennox Lewis are Asim Rahman, and Lennox Lewis avenged that by beating him by stoppage, and Oliver McCall, in which Lennox Lewis also defeated him via stoppage. So Lennox Lewis, no doubt, outstanding career. I want to hear what you guys think about Lennox Lewis as well. Where would you rank him? I definitely think Lennox Lewis is a top 15 heavyweight of all time. What an excellent fighter this guy was. under the great Emanuel Stewart. He was just outstanding. Lots of great wins, and a lot of the old-time fighters I know speak highly of Lennox Lewis as an excellent fighter as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned something new about Lennox Lewis, and I thank you very much for checking out, guys. I really appreciate it.